Hey, so it's late October, and it's time to plant garlic up here. And, you know, we planted it every year, and we've done it the same way most of the time, just digging a long trench and dropping our cloves of garlic in there. But this year I came up with an idea that I think might work. What I've done here is made a little jig, which I call my multi-dibbler, and it's for planting the garlic. What we have here is we have 7/16 dowels spaced 6 inches apart, and then there's about 5 inches between it like this. And so what you would do, we've got a marker on this side, a marker on this side, so you can keep track of things, and you would put it down like this and make little holes in the ground and pick it up, match our markers here with our last set and go in like that. So it should speed things up. It should make it more uniform. And I'll tell you what I did, though. I figured this thing out, and then I called up an expert and found what the proper spacing was for garlic. And I found out I'm planting them a bit too close. But I planted them already. This is just going to be a demonstration on how you do it. And we'll see how they grow after they come up next spring, and if they get big or not. But I think I'll probably make my spacing a little bit wider, because according to the expert, you want about 6 inches between each clove in the row, and you want about 8 inches between the rows. And this one I have 6 inches between the rows, about 5 inches between the cloves. So it's not that far off, but you know, the further apart they are, the bigger the actual head of garlic will be the next summer. And so you know, we'll just have to see how it comes out. But hey, let's go up to the garden and try it out. So this is the section that I've already planted in the garlic here. It's now it's the 24th of October, 2009, and this has been in for a couple days. I think I planted it on Tuesday. It is Saturday today. After rototilling and putting a good amount of really aged compost on it, I raked it out smoothly, which I'm going to do now with this section, and stuck my garlic cloves in. So this section in here that you see, there's approximately 400 cloves of garlic, which should yield me 400 heads of garlic. And altogether, it probably took maybe a little over a half an hour to do this much. So I think that's actually pretty good time spent. I'm going to rake this smooth and level so that the holes that go in from the multi-dibbler will make it even depth and be easy to see. What do you want me to start?
Now. We got a nice rain yesterday.
We got a nice rain yesterday, and so the ground is not totally saturated, but nice and loose, and got a nice texture to it. Much needed rain. So you can see I'm raking this smooth so we get a nice even bed.
Okay, I'm going to stop.
Okay, here we go. We're going to stick the multi-dibbler in the ground and show you just how simple this is to make a nice, even, quick planting bed for garlic. I stick it in position, try to keep an eye on my string on my right, and press it in the ground. Pull it out. I've got my little holes there for the garlic. The next one I will line up with the last holes with my markers there. Push it in the ground. Wiggle it a little bit. Bring it back up. The spacing on this, if I do this whole row this wide, there will be 350 holes. I think that might be a bit tight, so when I actually planted this, I skipped every other one. So my spacing on these is more like 12 inches between the rows, with the same amount of 5 inches between the rows, between the actual garlic in the row. I plan on making another one that has the proper spacing, but I think this one will be just about right for onions when we plant them in the spring. And so I'm going to keep this one around. I'll make another one that's more about 6 inches between the dowels in the row, and then have 12 inches apart between them. That should be better for garlic. Thanks.